Hello viewers, here is a Lasko box fan. This is about as far away from the Lasko 3733 as you can get. This is what Lasko used to produce. A very good quality, arguably top of the line fan. This was probably one of the most expensive box fans ever sold in the history of box fans. These are from the 60s, somewhere in there, around the same time where the GE three-wing metal box fans were being sold. These have a Westinghouse motor in them. They're heavy as can be, reversible, thermostat controlled, oscillation, and they're pretty much indestructible. They run for years and years and years. This one is absolutely filthy. It has tons of hours on it. It was probably never cleaned or serviced through the entirety of its life. It's absolutely disgusting in there, yet I'm sure it runs just fine. And aside from the handle having cracked, there's not really anything wrong with it. Cosmetically, it's just filthy. Here's what the back looks like. There's the Westinghouse motor, which of course has the oil ports, and I believe this whole area here is all the oil wick, so it really holds quite a bit of oil in there. 4 blades, steel hub. I think the blades are probably aluminum. Completely blocked up with dust. Still running with no complaints. I believe this is going to be the original cord. I'm not sure how credible this cord is at this point in time. I mean, it looks like it's perfectly fine. There's no cracks. It's not hard. It's very flexible still. But I'm pretty sure this is the original cord. This is in pretty immaculate condition for a cord that's, you know, getting to be 70 years old. It's missing the grommet in there, but that's easy enough to fix. Well, let's go ahead and plug this thing up. I've had this for a little while. I got this, my uncle had called me a while ago. He called me up and said that he knew someone, an individual that runs estate sales, and they was doing one in the area, and she said that she found some fans. And so there was, I don't know, 5 or 6 fans, all from about the same era. I gave her 50 bucks for them. So in total I probably paid about $10 for this thing, which is a steal. I don't know what these retailed for back in the day, but I'm sure it was well into the triple digits. Okay, I got the kilowatt meter out. We're at 121.4 volts. I'm going to go over the amps. I suspect this would pull somewhere around 3 to 5 amps at full power. I don't see an informations tag on here. Here we go. Oh, only 1.6 amps. That's surprising. That's surprisingly low. Is this a PSC? I wonder if this is a PSC motor. There's no way this is a shaded pole and it only pulls 1.6 amps. I mean, I suppose it's not impossible, but I know how much air these things move, and you need a lot more power than 1.6 amps at a shaded pole motor to get that kind of air moving. Well, that's interesting. This is going to be a very interesting teardown. Alright, well, let's see here. We got a thermostat over here on the right. Doesn't click, but that doesn't mean it doesn't work. We're going to start it off on the warmer. Oh, it looks like we have That's kind of weird. We have off, and then that would be continuous. But we have off over here as well. Can't tell if that's still working correctly or not. It has louvers here, which will oscillate to kind of move the airflow left and right. Alright, so we're going to start off on low. I'm not sure if this is, I would suspect intake is on the front. Let's see here. The thermostat's cutting it off. Okay. Despite all that dust in there, it's still moving a lot of air. Get this camera out of the windscreen. Right now it's drawing 1.44 amps. Ooh, impressive amount of air coming out of there. With how much dust is there, I wasn't expecting that. Thought it wasn't going to work too good at all. But surprisingly, it's working quite nicely. As far as the balance is concerned, actually pretty good. Alright, let's go to the high. And it's pulling 1.8 amps. I can't believe how much air it's whipping out with all that dust in there. That's incredible. And 70 years later, probably no oil, and the bearings are as happy as can be. That's amazing. It's so sad to see where we've come as far as products are concerned. Because years ago you'd buy something like this, and here we are 70 years later, and it's still running just fine. Nowadays, you can't get stuff that runs 7 years. It's pathetic. Look at those bearings. Oh boy. Alright, let's try exhaust. It sounds like a machine when you turn it on. It doesn't sound like a piece of junk. It sounds like something that's just meant to work right. And it sounds so good as it runs. It's not annoying. It's not obnoxious. It's not, making rattling noises or whistling sounds or whatever. It's just air moving. I would love to know what the CFM volume is on these things. It's got to be insane. And just remember, this is the same company that now sells this. Oh, it's not even the right way around. 70 years later, we have this garbage. And it lasts, I don't know, 10 years if you're lucky, if you take care of it. And it doesn't move anywhere near as much air, it makes a ton more noise. And for what it's worth, these I believe are rated for like 0.9 or 1.1 amps. This box fan here is rated for 1.6 amps and moves easily 3 to 4 times more air. So you tell me which one is so-called more efficient. It's not the new one, it's the old one. Okay, I just realized we forgot to demonstrate, or attempt to demonstrate, the oscillating feature. That appears to not be working. Well, okay, so the oscillation feature is having a problem, but other than that, I mean, you can't argue with this van. Even with the oscillation feature broken, you still can't argue with it.